All right, welcome back to another episode on how to make your first $100,000 trading futures. Today I'm going to be explaining today's price action and the 930 Judas swing time then price model. Today was super clean. I called out the markets basically on point today. If you saw my previous video, I was expecting price to go down into this 4-hour fair value gap and the hourly inversion that I have highlighted there. As you can see, we did at 9:30, 10 a.m., and then we moved higher from there. So let's drop down to the 1 minute, and I'm going to show you my entry that I had today. The reason why I was bearish here, and this is a very tricky entry for someone new to the 930 Judas swing model, right? Because at 930 we technically moved lower, and then at 935 we moved higher. That's why you need to have bias involved with your model. So we took out these highs. We're above Asian range. We're above this consolidation that we had yesterday, the search and destroy day. We also have SMT from this high to that high, YM to NQ. So at 9:30, you can see we displace lower, right? And that's kind of the opposite of what I've been teaching, right? 9:30 is the manipulation, except our manipulation was at 9:35 because I told you that manipulation can be from anywhere from 9:30 to 9:45. And as you can see here, price moved higher, and then at 9:45, it started moving lower to the bias, to our draw liquidity. Draw and liquidity were these equal lows below Asian range. I took the entry on this order block here at 9:30, right at this candle where it started moving lower. I saw rejection. I took it. We did drive a little higher, very close to my tight stop loss. But again, my stop loss was protected. We formed SMT for confirmation. So this was a more risky entry. A lower risk entry you could have took was here. Either or, they both worked. And then it drove price lower at 10 a.m. 10 a.m. is the prime distribution time for the day. All right, that's why it's a silver bullet. That's why there's the 9:30 to 9:45 manipulation right before 10 a.m. Manipulation will happen before 10 a.m. 10 a.m. is the distribution of the day. Write that down. Please write that down. Take notes. Again, distribution is majority of the time at 10 a.m. That's why 9:30 is manipulation. That's just a gem right there. That's a video on its own. But I'm going to switch screens here. I'm going to show you 9:30 to 9:45. When we have a manipulation like here, which is this green highlighted box, when it breaks a high previous from 9:30 and then forms a market structure shift, you want to look for retracements for inversion fair value gaps and fair value gaps. Because with that displacement after the manipulation, there should be left open some gaps. If there isn't any inversion or regular fair value gaps, you're probably going to get stopped out. With break of structure, it's a different story. Break of structures, you want to look for two things here. You want to look for order blocks and older market structure shifts. First, let's talk about order blocks. This time frame, this manipulation at 9:30, is an order block in itself. So you can catch that pyramid entry here when we retrace. I didn't draw it, but when we retrace back higher to the order block and then move lower, you can also catch an order block up here, which is what I did. Two types of entries. So let's jump back to the chart here. You're going to see it right here. We have this order block, the more risky entry that price drove into at 9:30. And then we have this order block. Let me move this drawing. Then you have this order block that price drove into after displacing, confirming bias and confirming the 9:30 manipulation. So that's two. This was a break in structure. So both models showed and the break in structure. Notice how there's not really that many fair value gaps. There's a fair value gap here, which was respected. I can't call it the markets perfectly, right? Now, both break in structure models happened. We hit the order block here, and then we moved lower. We confirmed structure, and then we hit the order block here. That's falling into this PDF that I made, or this PDF that I made. The order block here, or the order block here. Now, when market structure shifts happen, which was one of the entries I showed yesterday's video, there's going to be a fair value gap or an inversion fair value gap here. If there isn't, I wouldn't take the trade. Market structure shift fair value gap, the most bread and butter ICT setup there is. It's my favorite. I like market structure shifts way more than break and structure, but both work. Again, So I'm going to jump into something that is very important to finding direction at 9:30, because if you are just blinded by direction, you don't have a bias going into 9:30, you could have taken many wrong trades here. You could have thought that this was the manipulation and took a long here. You could have took a long here and lost because you didn't have direction. It's super important to have direction. That's why you use power of 3. Asian range, London, New York, time zones, time then price. So we have Asian range here. What you will notice early on in the day before 9:30 most of the time is that we are either above or below Asian range. And we've been below or above Asian range the whole day. If we haven't and we've been above Asian range in London and also below, that's a big range day in London. That's low risk. That's low probability. So here's London. Here's Asian range. London could be part of the consolidation or the drive higher, right? Let's just say London is this right here. Now, New York, equities open, 9:30 manipulation right here. All right? This repeats so many times, every single week. Every single week. Not every day. Sometimes the markets are choppy, terrible, but every single week this repeats. Asian range, London brings us higher above. We're still above in New York. 9:30 manipulation comes. We take the old London highs. We form a 1-minute entry, and then we drive all the way lower to then take Asian lows. That is the most simple power of 3 model there is. Power of 3 couples with the 9:30 Judas, because equities open at 9:30. 9:30 is a Judas. 9:30 is manipulation. What comes before distribution? Manipulation. All right, so it's very simple. Write this down. Asian range, consolidation. If we are above Asian range, coupled with our higher time frame analysis and our bias, I was bullish today. I'm bullish on this week. I was anticipating on Sunday when I did my analysis, nested PD arrays below here were going to get hit. So when I saw we were above when I got on the charts, I was like, all right, we're going to be bearish until we hit those PD arrays. We are above Asian, so that's confirmation that we're bearish. 9:30 had a bullish manipulation, which is more confirmation. And then we had a 1-minute break of structure, order block, or market structure shift, fair value gap. And I took the short all the way down to the Asian lows for a more safer take profit. You could also ride to the PD array. I don't like doing that. And if you look at price today, which that's what this example was, price higher, consolidation, Asian, London, New York, SMT. We had that 1-minute setup in there, higher time frame PD array, distribution, down into the 4-hour fair value gap and the 1-hour inversion, which I called out at the beginning of the week. And now we're moving higher like crazy right now. Now for tomorrow and for Friday, or is today Tuesday? Today is Tuesday. For Wednesday and Thursday and Friday, I'm bullish. So what am I going to look for? Possible retracement ranges, OTE, from this leg in the morning. I'm going to look for nested PD arrays in this range for us to retrace at 9:30. So again, I'm expecting us to be below Asian range tomorrow. And then for a good entry, we move higher, possibly take these highs out. But again, I'm telling you guys, this is the most. This is all you need to make money. This is all you need to make $100,000 in trading, and it's power of 3, 9:30 manipulation, 10 a.m. distribution. Same thing with break of structure. 9:30 break of structure. Look for order block or older market structure shifts. What I mean by older market structure shifts is a high and a low and a higher high, just being nested above that higher high from previous London session maybe, and then we displace lower and we create a market structure shift, a more wider market structure shift, not one that's there that was just created. Ideally, I don't really like those. I like those if they're coupled with the break of structure order blocks, but again, both work. 930 market structure shift. Look for fair value gaps here or inversion fair value gaps here. That's it, guys. Follow this time then price. This is the best model that you are ever going to trade. And again, I showed you example of it working again, back to back to back. All right, so I hope you guys found this video useful and insightful. And until next time, I'll see you guys later.